de favela, a bailão é baile de favela.
Hey everybody, this is Total Gamer Junkie and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Now when we last left off, we used the Vampyr Force magic power trick that's totally not a Jedi mind trick to stop Dorothy Crane from using her illegal medical clinic or whatever it was to help patients. That was probably a bad idea. Anyway, a friend of mine actually told me about this little thing. Apparently there's a Life is Strange Easter egg in this game. And actually, I'm going to show it to you right now. I don't know what it does, but he told me what to do. So before we start the mission, so we got side missions to do as well before we do the main mission, but I just want to show you this Easter egg first. Okay, so we're going to head over to where the waypoint is. It actually has to do with the plan. He wouldn't tell me what it was, but the plan is involved in the Easter egg. Told you how to play. Alright. God damn it, the loading. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die here because when I upload the videos, I made like 7, and then I took a week off, like 7. Oh, the target's right here. Steal the. Oh, I might as well do that right now. Go here. Hold on now. Sorry about that, I'm just getting my glasses. Power-ups.
This one's more!
I'm pressing R, I pressed RB instead of RT, and I just like completely just fucked myself right there. Okay, I get LT and LB are fine, but with RT and RB I'm just getting mixed up. I just like how it's like you've been defeated, the thing shows up and it's always tempting me to just drink the blood. And like I said in this video, I'm gonna be drinking the blood of bad people. Then when I do it again, I'll just like do another playthrough. I just drink everybody's blood. Takes a while to load, doesn't it? Oh, what? Freaking me right the fuck, yeah. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Go. So I gotta go up. How am I getting up? Do I have to climb up something? Oh. Where is it? Look on this map. How the hell am I getting up there? Unless it's on the other side where the other bad guys are. Well, I guess in this case they'd be good guys, or... Well, you know, there are enemy, that's what I'm saying. Here we go.
I have this thirst for blood.
No, use this, yeah, I can. Checking out what XP I have.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
think we found the place.
Die, vermin!
Get out, mate. Why didn't I just take the letter? 2nd of November from Scott Lewis Cagney to Mr. Jeffrey or Geoffrey, whatever we call it, McCullum. Object, Pembroke Hospital, survey vampire activity. Sir, having observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now, we can confirm vampire activity there. First, we now have proof of the presence of a female leech inside the hospital. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient to hide her true unholy condition. I have personally sneaked into the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. But it gets worse. The administrator of Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea, according to our team leader Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in the fight against the Skull by the Canal. He may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on at Pembroke, maybe even a nest of vampires, protected by those body traders of the Skull. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. Wait here a minute. Check to see if there's anything. Ah, there is. Salicine and quinine. Whatever it is. Oh, good. Nice. Alright, 25. 24. Keeps going like that. All the way to we hit 0. Yeah. So is she a vampire or not? Reassure Thelma Howcraft about the spies. They think she's a vampire, but I can't get that into the screen where it says like tell Edgar Swansea about Razvan Vasil's blur. I'm getting BLO and half of the other O, but I'm not getting the D. Why can't I open it? Oh, there we go. What's that? No, I don't care about. Indicator is vent. There's a vent happening over there. What's happening over here? Does it mean?
Not a safe place, right?
Yeah. I know I'm out of here. 27. See ya. Ah shit, there's another high level fucker. I think he's high. No, I'm not taking a chance. Leave me alone. Right. How the hell do I get out of here? What are you doing? We're back at fucking loading. Well, you know, we're back at Pembroke now, so okay. I guess we're safe now. Kind of, anyway.
How can we be sure we're making a difference?
There she is.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Can I ask you anything else? Or?
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense, now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind.
And that day is today.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Alright, so that's done. Like how it's like a light there and then dark there. Pretty cool. Alright. Some vent up there too. Alright, now we've got sidetracked, so I'm just gonna go here and see what this Life is Strange Easter egg is. Let's get started. Hey, Doctor.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Go up here. The hell? Oh.
Best stay back, sir. Oi! You listening?
Yeah, I'm staying back. What the hell? What am I? I don't have enough blood, son of a bitch. Where are these? How many other quests do I have? Ball. Suppose extract that. Where is... Self-work. Let's see if I'm strong enough to do this quest now. Don't want to get the side quest done before we do the main one. Alright, let's go.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Come here, rat.
I have this thirst for blood.
What's that? Alright, 5 shillings. Nice. Ah, I thought this place was asleep now for the crafting place. Open this. Baby, I sleeping. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so bad at this. Nope, get out of there. Yeah, it's not too great, is it? What? Teleport, what the fuck? Save that woman. Jerry! Now there!
What do you want?
Okay, you're safe now. Until I kill you. Ha ha ha.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Carnage is Father Whitaker's disciple. This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. It's locked. Shouldn't you go back home, where you'll be safe?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
Nothing's going on. Go on, what's stopping you? What's that quest I'm doing? Remind me of this. Heals me, doesn't it? Down is one. Alright, seriously, where is this guy? Blood trail. What blood trail? Where is the blood trail? I bet you that widow has something to do with it. Here lie the remains of Cadogan Bay. Isn't that... That's the guy I killed, isn't it? I think it is. Let's check. Yeah, I'm coming for you, Rakesh. Pretty sure he's on here. Yeah, there he is. That's his tombstone. Alright, I'm wandering away from it now. Seriously, where is this place?
As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Father Whittaker is so righteous, so full of compassion and love for the suffering ones. His words are all that this city needs. Tonight I gave him all I have, my strength, my faith, my wealth. And it is not enough. I know where to find more. 17th of October. Father Whittaker and I went to an abandoned house near St. Mary's Church. It was an awful and smelly place. Rats were disputing the rooms to the last remaining residents of the decrepit flat. Most of them are sick, awful odors. On the last floor, Father Whittaker found an old man lying on a dirty mattress, coughing and spitting blood in a wooden bowl. Father Whittaker knelt before him and prayed for a long time. The man seemed to feel better. Then we both helped him find the light. I cried then and I cry now as I write these lines, for I've never seen a soul so relieved to be finally redeemed. Father Whittaker is a saint if it's not presumptuous nor a simple expression of pride. I wish I'll be able to save as many souls as he does, for it's a real privilege to witness such miracles. October 19th. Tonight we both went to the whorehouses. Whoa, okay, that took an interesting turn. Whorehouses boarding the canal. I must admit I was very afraid to cross the path of Jezebels, but the buildings were abandoned for a long time. Whores and infections go together. Kind of, but not all whores are infections. Where was that? Explained Father Whittaker, but their customers quickly get scared when there is mention of disease. In the last brothel we found Where was that? We found 2 sick women sleeping together in a simple attitude under dirty blankets. The odor was awful. Once more the smell of Satan and of the disease, explained Father Whittaker before kneeling and praying for their 2 lost souls. The women were so frail and sick they were not able to move when I threw the petrol on their blankets. Their souls are now cleansed and purified. October 21st. Father Whittaker is a saint. I won't let anyone mock the holy man he is. He shall receive more help and support, but as all the true prophets he is alone. He needs more from his followers. He needs love and proof of love. Tomorrow I shall go back to the cemetery and unearth more wealth for... Is he looting the graves of the dead people? The dead... Yeah, he is. The dead have no need of the terrestrial goods, but we need to eat, Father Whittaker. Oh, okay, yep, sorry, for a minute there, I thought they were eating the flesh. I was like, what the fuck? But then, selling off the goods and that. October 27th. Tonight, for the first time, it is my turn to lead the round. I chose to return where we went 10 days ago to see if any more souls needed to be freed. Father Whittaker approved... Huh? I didn't pause it. Father Whittaker approved of my choice. Since the good man's work is never finished and Satan never sleeps, he explained, he also said, if I keep showing so much zeal, he may soon give me more important missions and tasks. I can't wait. 3 more souls have been cleansed from any corruption tonight. It's not presumptuous nor a simple expression of pride. I dare to say we are one a path to greatness. Well. Father Whittaker isn't as holy as he seems. Look at these clues. He's killed several sick people during his crusade to cleanse the city. There's 2 more here. Alright, let's support the Father Whittaker. Maybe we can go like through there to get to the place where I want to find out what that like strange Easter egg is. Go! What are you still doing here?
Shouldn't you go back?
Maybe later.
How do I get out of here?
This is despicable.
Oh, so do I need to go down and then... Get out of this cemetery. Right, let me get all these raffles.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Awful. Hideout, nice. Now we got a crafting table here. Crafting. So this one increases stamina regeneration rate. Oh, that's even better. Alright, let's look at weapons, because I'm using upgrade it. Increase damage dealt by 10%. Absorb blood points when weapon hits. Alright, yeah, I think blood points would be better. 6 common handle parts. Alright. So my weapons now. That does 90 damage. That does 130. Use ruins. 45, 68. Can I upgrade this at all? That one increases damage dealt by 10%, while this one would decrease the reloading time. Increase damage dealt by. Obviously, I can't get anything now. So use ruins. Can I upgrade this? Add 3 stun points when the weapon hits. Nice. That's it. So I need. Yeah, I might as well equip that up. The use stake is level 1. This is level 2. Alright.
Go back home, idiot! Turn around, sir.
Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just going this way. You know, just carry on with your work. I'm just gonna be here. I'm about to eat a rat when the loading screen goes away, and I can play. Where'd you go?
This is despicable.
Son of a bitch again? Ah, god damn it. Bravo, we take it straight ahead, okay. got ambushed here one time, so thought it was going to be another ambush. Is that the Ben guy, is it, or someone? I don't know. There we go.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss.
Yeah, what's his name?
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Never heard of her.
Goodbye, young man.
Alright, the thing I wanted to do. Down.
I cannot enter.
How I got to the... Probably have to go up that way, son of a bitch. Right, well, let's report back to Bravo Whittaker.
When science fails you,
Right,
this elixir will give...
Good evening.
Have you any news on Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It seems her dispensary isn't so busy nowadays. Good thing for the Swanborough cordial.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're...
you know, just gonna get... Figured I'd get a bunch in case I need it, so you know. Where is this priest? Darius Retribution.
I have this
Is that the guy that was got
thirst for blood.
Train, I think it is. The antique figure of the Bracholacus, whatever it is. Of my many journeys, I believe I was the most amazed by my exploration of the Mediterranean Isles, and particularly the island of Santorini, or Taurine, whatever you want to call it. Searching for traces of vampire presence in these sunburnt lands, Herodotus himself refers to the island in his 4th book, and I'm personally convinced that there are many mysteries to be unveiled in this part of the world. Who knows that? Even today, the Isle of Santorini is still considered by some as the most vampire-infested place in the world, way more than the Carpathians, and that its inhabitants are considered as specialists of the vampire hunt, or the hunt of Vricholacus, as they call this creature. According to local myths, the Vricholacus is a dead person who does not decay and who can show a vermilion complexion as long as he is gorged with fresh blood. He cannot enter a house without knocking and getting a response. Garlic makes him flee. He does not consume under the sun, but his skin blackens. He can change into a wolf and other animals. What struck me the most is that the same name exists with small variations from Mediterranean Sea to the Balkans. The Greeks call him the Vricholacus the Bulgarians and the Macedonians name him Barkolak or Varkolak. The Serbians call him Vukodlax. Yes, Vukodlax, a name so similar to the Volkoid we already know. My dear brothers, just to write the few words now gives me the shivers. I'm personally convinced that we are here confronted to some of Pronto vampire. Maybe they are a missing link between the modern vampires and the creatures that came before them. If God allows me enough time, I wish one day to go back to the Santorini island and find the trail of this antique and forgotten figure. From Drinking at the Fountains of Knowledge by Usher Tautry, Primate of Saint.
It's locked. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Where is Father? Alright, Father Whittaker, I'm coming for you and you got some explaining
Come on,
to do.
take a look. Don't be afraid.
For there is no protection against malevolence.
Good evening, Mr. Whittaker.
It's Father Whittaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
If you propagate the devil's work, you'll perish by the devil's work. Such is the law of the Lord.
Tobias Whittaker, confess why you burned those people alive.
I have done what no one was ready to do. I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself.
I know
The
DR is
proliferating
double
sick.
FR.
You're not the savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, right.
I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
A laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
But who is she?
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
What do you mean when you say that?
All scientists are in...
Quite a judgmental...
But you are seeking.
I am.
Yeah, I thought so. I'll be coming back for you, buddy. Alright, now what's the... there, but what's the... next?
Soon the time will come.
No civilians allowed. Burn it, boys!
Okay.
Stay close, keep an eye on each other.
Get out there, Craig. What you doing?
You lashes, Christ! Watch it!
Vampire, or something like that. You have an option. Where is this book? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Where are you, Barrett Lewis's book?
This could be the box Lewis
that's
thought he lost.
bullshit right there. I was in here like 2
There's a
walkthroughs
letter
ago.
inside.
Now I missed what he said because I'm so angry. There's what, a letter or letter inside? What? Bloody diary. That's the bloody diary, isn't it? Small box, isn't it? 15th October, bad sleep. Becky coughed all night and the fever made her... Did I read this one? No, I don't think I have. 15th October, bad... Wait. Yeah. Oh, this is the same one, but I didn't know you could go down. I'll barricade the house to protect us. Yeah, out the door, though. I never read past this because I didn't go down because I didn't know I could go down. October 21. The men with mechanical shovel have stopped digging the mass grave. I heard shouts last night as if they were attacked. Now there are only a few boats throwing bodies day and night into a giant hole. The smell's terrible. We should have left the house a week ago, but Becky, she refuses to leave. She'd rather die, she said with a nasty smile. Why is she torturing me so? October 22nd. Becky just attacked me. She jumped off me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. I went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. I retrieved the gun I hid in the cellar since the war to protect the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself from my own wife. 23rd of October. I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door, asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid to open it. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It would not be long, I pray God it will end soon. October 24th. I was so hungry I tried going downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me without moving, just following me around the room with her eyes. Pointed the gun at her sore face, but she did not react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. October 25th. The house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I'll be with you soon. He killed himself. So this is the box. This is the one I just got. Barrett, there is no easy way to say it, so I'm going to be blunt. We can't keep on like this. At least I can't keep on like this. If Joe ever finds out about us, his wife and his best friend, it will crush him, and then he will kill you. We had some good times together, but let's face it, I'm never going to be your Jane Lewis. You know it, and I know it too, so I'm ending this right here and right now. If you agree with my decision, I'm sure we'll find a way to be happy again. You, Joe, and me in the time. And then, the most important part of our story will have been preserved. Until that day, I wish you to forgive me. Goodbye for now.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
Joe Peterson's gonna kill him. Barrett Lewis or Joe Peterson? Need three Who's this?
Good evening, Christina.
Shane.
What do you know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday.
Goodbye, miss.
Alright, where is... that baby? Alright, they should be around here.
Even now, he judges your
Right, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Talk to him?
I should never have taken up my father's business.
What's going on?
Nobody at home.
Here we go.
So you only hurt people because you care about me? Is that it?
Don't be such a brat. I'll do what I must to provide us with food and medicine, that's all.
Mum would never have let you bully an old friend like Mr. Lewis. Shame on you.
Harry, I'm your father and I love you. But don't you ever speak to me like that again.
What? You're gonna beat me too?
Jesus. Give me patience.
Yes, complicated relationship. couple and then around here somewhere.
Find you.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source of contagion in Whitechapel. Someone should do something about it, but no one cares.
Good.
Alright, here we go. Let's do this right now. I'm gonna give the box to Joe Peterson because, like, you can call me a dick if you want, but I kind of want to see how his son will react.
It's locked.
You still want more from Christina?
When we spent the night together, my wallet went missing.
Are you calling me a thief? I don't have your stupid wallet.
I know you. You're a nice girl. Can't we solve this amicably?
No, I don't think so. And if you think you know me just because we shared the bed together, you're just a lousy and arrogant journalist.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me, Clayton, do you really think this young woman stole your wallet?
I'm just like
Christina.
talking about, I'm just walking
Yes,
past.
I recently met her. A nice girl, despite her questionable conduct.
How exactly did you meet Christina?
During my investigation, I offered my hotel room to her to rest and get away from the street.
And what happened?
The next morning, my wallet and my watch had disappeared. I suppose that's what you get for being a good Samaritan.
So, Christina Papa when he was supposed to interview her.
If you are going to sleep with a lady of the night, Clayton, I would advise you to be cautious.
I can't really be mad at her, though. She's just trying to survive. She doesn't have many options.
Was it wise to become so intimate with a woman you were supposed to interview, Clayton?
Maybe it was. But I have learned to look for the inner truth and beauty in people.
You're right. I know little of your situation.
See, I don't mind
What
this
can
guy.
you tell
I'm not
me
gonna
about
kill
Christina?
him.
She's
Just
very
judge people
sensitive.
based on their appearance.
So nostalgic about her country. I saw her cry once because she'd lost a precious souvenir from her homeland.
What was it?
A scarf her brother gave her before she came to England.
Why are you so concerned? You seem to have something on your mind, Mr. Darby.
That we could make peace if I could find it and give it back to her. But I'm afraid she lost the scarf somewhere during her night shift.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
And I'm clean.
Good evening, Christina.
Change.
Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet? Tell me the truth, Christina.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it? He seems to trust you.
For a time, I thought he was different from other men. In the end, he just wanted to sleep with me. Same as the others.
Perhaps Clayton is different. Maybe you two should talk. A conversation couldn't hurt.
I know what I am and what people call me. I sleep with men for money. If I can accept that, why can't he? No. My future is with the ones I love, not with Clayton Darby.
The ones you love? The money you stole is not for you, then?
My brother is still in our hometown in Romania. I am the only one who can buy him a ticket to England.
Okay, Christina saves money to finance her brother's travel to England.
Tell me, Christina, is it worth risking your health and your life for your brother's safety?
He's the only family I have left. I had to leave Romania without him. I can't be happy until he is near me again.
Does your brother know what you do to earn the money to bring him here?
Don't be simple, of course not. And he must never know. Everything will be different once he is here with me.
I understand your concern. I spent many months away from my family when I served on the front line in France.
Every time I write to him, I fear I won't receive an answer. It kills me to know he is still there.
England is perhaps not the best place in the world to live at the present time. Are you certain it's worth the sacrifice?
You think you know it all because you fought in the war. But my brother is no soldier.
I know. We all understand the risks to soldiers, but we don't necessarily recognize the civilian casualties caused by these conflicts.
Yes. Wars are decided by rich men who will never take the risk of being shot, raped, or maimed.
That's true in a sense.
Goodbye, miss.
Prevent diseases, careless spitting, sneezing, and coughing, spread influenza, spread by droplets sprayed from your nose and throat, and not cough in public. Influenza, frequently complicated with pneumonia, any case of
You again?
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder if he's my own blood. Seems he's ashamed to be my son.
Why not change that, then? If you used your strength to do good, perhaps Harry wouldn't feel that way about you.
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my boy? Who the fuck are you to interfere like that?
I don't doubt your motives. I'm certain you simply wish to provide for your family. But this desire might be the cause of your misery.
I don't think I like your attitude, sir. In fact, I'm starting to dislike your face so much, I might try to improve it, see?
I'd like to see you try, Colossus Joe. In the meantime, are you sure I can't be of any help to your son? I am a doctor, remember?
Never. Harry's complicated.
Maybe
Fragile, you could
the other
say.
guy's son.
Doesn't mingle with strangers. Now leave us alone.
Goodbye, Mr. Peter.
Yeah, I want to talk with him first. I want to see if...
Fancy buying some?
You never lose your phone. Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
If
Do
he's
you
your
mean
son, I want to know.
you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Yeah, let's trade before I tell him and have to kill you.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So?
I'm not bothered.
You and your father have a difficult relationship, Harry. Tell me, did he ever hurt you?
No, never. My father can be brutal and rude, violent even. But he never touched an hair on my head.
What is going on between you two, then?
It's his job, if you can call it a job. He bullies people. Men and women we know, like poor Mr. Lewis. It's just not right.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
Why are you sad, then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I like books.
Often sick, did not want to live in life. No, I can't do it.
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Maybe I could to punish them both, but yeah, you're gonna get that dick kicked down you myself, Colossus Joe. Where are you, Colossus Joe? Say I cheat and I'm clean, I start hitting that cough. I believe this is where I slowly back away.
Come on, take a look, don't be afraid.
Do you need any help?
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
I think the documents in this box could be of some interest to you.
Really? Where'd you get it?
I found it in an abandoned building nearby. I thought you might want to keep these letters.
Let me see. Letters about my boy. Thank you, sir.
You do not appear surprised or pained by this.
Surprised about what? Harry's my son, I'm his father, and that's all there is to know, don't you think?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Here's a little something for your trouble. And to remind you to keep your mouth shut about all this.
Goodbye, Mr. P.
Money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come.
What's... what was I doing again? What quest was it? Find
sold it outright? It's not my call, Baron.
Alright, so yeah, this is like, I'm probably not going to even do the main quest at all in this video.
Don't come closer.
Okay. I'll go over here.
Best be moving on.
That's what I'm doing, don't worry. Yeah. Not doing anything else because of the loading screen. There we go. Ah, fuck, I didn't even see that. Yeah.
It's an inch!
Oh, shit. Fuck him up, yeah, you can get them for me.
Lead spotted!
Go get them over there.
Stand back!
Okay, sweet, you got that. Thanks, buddy. Expose the enemy of my enemy.
Roll back to the
Yes, get some nice shillings as well. Would you like to know more? Guard the freedom of us all. Join the royal fleet today. Would you like to know more? Ask your nearest recruiting office. Stay over there. Let's attack that guy. Give it to let's give it to Clayton because I assume.
Good evening, Doctor.
I found this scarf. I believe its owner would be happier to receive it from you.
Dr. Reed, I may be a humble and dogged reporter, but I recognize a gentleman when I see one. Take this for your trouble.
Mr. Darby, I believe your feelings for Christina are deeper than you might admit.
I'm the journalist here. I'm the one who makes assertions.
But as a journalist, you also have to honor the truth. So, what is the truth about you and Christina?
I won't use the word romance, but yes, I do care for her. A lot. I hope the feeling is mutual. Ridiculous, is it not?
Are fond of each other. Okay.
I believe love has neither boundaries nor rules, Mr. Darby. even if society says the opposite.
I hope more people will listen to your advice, Doctor. Starting with Christina.
Do you know that Christina is hoping to pay for her brother to travel to England in the near future?
I see. No, she didn't tell me that. But that explains many things.
Do you believe she will ever see her brother again?
As long as the war rages in Europe, I'm afraid her chances of seeing her brother again are slim to none.
Goodbye.
Alright, now let's talk to Nina.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind.
Clayton's feelings towards you are romantic and serious. Is this feeling mutual, Christina?
That is the least of my concerns, Dr. Reed. Perhaps Clayton has time to think about these things, but I don't.
If you had time to question your heart, what would it say?
That men are pigs. But it doesn't bother me as long as they pay.
Do you need any assistance?
Your money is the only...
Goodbye, miss.
Alright, whatever. Northwest to do. Can't do anything inside this. Let's just try and go there. Place I can. Oh, let's do that. I'll find out what that
I'm so sorry.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor.
That's him.
Now
There
leave
he
me
is.
alone.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
He wasn't dead.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
I didn't kill her though.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
Oh boy.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu? Do you need my help?
I would not even accept fresh water from you, Doctor. I don't need your help.
Yes, you do. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
I said I don't want anything. But I'll keep this for those who really need it.
Tell me everything you know about...
I do not...
Goodbye.
Because I'll head to this place in another video. Alright, yeah, so I look forward to seeing what with my consequences with Colossus Joe and the reporter man whose name I forgot. Him and Christina, I'd like to see whether those consequences were good or bad. I'm certainly looking forward to it. Large box, yes. Let's just level up here. What was I gonna... Oh, it's 1200. How much was this one? Oh, 600. And how much was this one? I put up 600. Yeah, okay. Let's get confused. Anyway, I'm just gonna end my video here. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Total Gamer Junkie. Hey everybody, this is Total Gamer Junkie, and I want to welcome you all back to my channel. Now, when we last left off, I did the side quest. I did where I gave Colossus Joe the box of the letters from his wife, and I also gave the Christina scarf to the reporter. And then I leveled up. Do you really want to cancel? No. Alright, so yeah, I think we should all take a look and see how our choices have affected the outcome. Right, Loretta Swan. This one's good. The boy's sick, so I got to cure him, and treat for fatigue. It was lost. Yeah, I want to check out this woman, see who she is. Okay, and all these people still break off. Who's it saying we're lost? Widow in distress, investigation upgrade. Convince Sal Shun to go back to White Chapel. Alright, I'll do it, but before I do, here it is, the upgrade table. We're just gonna upgrade everything now. What we can at least. Fix that. dragon thing. Can I upgrade this at all? So I need common handle part. Let me see. Decrease damage. Increase damage. Here we go. Decrease reloading time. Need that. So need. So for these I need good trigger part, tiny common handle part, and common handle part. All right. Wait. Let me just. Alright, now let's head out. Do this side quest and then maybe in this video we'll do that Life is Strange Easter egg thing, see what that is, maybe not. But I do plan to get around to it sometime. Don't know if it's in this video or 10 videos from now, but I will get it. It's also an achievement. What's this? Hold on, I got a message just looking at this. Back. Oh, let's just head over here.
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
You again?
Goodbye.
Fancy buying something?
You never lose your... Do you need help?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you.
Really? Free?
Right then. Show me what you do.
Here they are. Get two of those. What? Those guys. So, these. Oh no.
I'm cheap and I'm clean.
Where are we heading now? We're heading down here. There's some of them vents. Maybe we can do it. Maybe not. Let's find out. Hopefully we can do it. Been unlocked tonight. baby sound coming from? Honestly, I'm afraid to look. Could be a trap.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
If, shit. Alright, Vampyr, I got those poison. That's how I can. And alright, I guess we can get them. It's blood. The nectar of the gods. Have to head over there. Oh, the event was just back there. That was probably fighting those two people Hawkins. And whoever the other person was level 10. Hideouts are often located in isolated places. Find them to unlock new safe places to rest. You don't say! Alright, so let's go back down. We don't need to go there. Again with the loading. Alright, here we go. What are you doing? Son of a bitch again, really? I just look at my phone and suddenly it goes back up. Alright. Going down. Going down.
Back in the grave! Stupid beast!
Shit. Mind me if the stop, goddammit. Got it. That scared the shit out of me. Ah. Yeah, what? Takes so long to do your attack.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Have you recent news of Nat?
Xiao Shun couldn't find the strength to leave behind. Just me or our eyes? Yeah, right there. That one's like completely black there.
It's Crane and her dispensary.
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little
Xiao Shun's husband died.
medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
Sadness can be a terrible trap. It can entangle you and weaken your heart if you let it control your thoughts.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I wanted you to know that you have done nothing wrong. Unlike me.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
You're right. I believe silence has a curative effect for the pain we feel. I suppose it provides space for reflection.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye for now.
The world has gone completely mad.
Alright, is that all the side quest? Just get rid of it. I think that's all the side quests at the moment. That's all. Yeah, that's everything. Hold on. Oh, I got two here. Search for First Strickland's order. I'm not one. Alright. Let's investigate this death, which is alright, it's just a spider hospital, so let's go there right now. Just ignore me, I'm just going my own way. You can... Son of a bitch! Fucking load screen. Ah. Ah. Ah, fucking I'm out of fire. Got him. Fucking hell, loading again. Oh, come on! 4 times in a row, are you kidding me?
This is despicable.
Why? Where am I going again? Concerning the death of Samuel Connor, I'm not convinced by now. Perhaps I should conduct my own investigation. It's on the other side, or... Ah! Fuck, that scared me. So I think I have to enter in order to go.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
That's what you want to hear.
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung. Possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Alright, is convinced that Gwyneth is overqualified as a nurse, is exhausting himself. Medical error cost Mr. Connolly's life.
It's locked, all right.
Use listed knife. This acquired a new type of hand weapon. Equip and press Y to directly absorb blood. Investigate Connor Tibbetts about medical error. Interrogate. Oh, yeah. Alright, now let's head back and do this quest. It's a good game, but I just hate the loading segments. I'm pretty sure all of you would agree with me. It's just too fucking long. Alright, let's do this. Right. Oh, fucking hell, again? What am I even doing up here? Where's nurse Gwyneth?
Good evening. Do you require my...
My condition cannot be understood by...
Oh.
Treatment.
Fear and disgust on every...
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Soldier.
No.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Thomas sees Velma Holcraft as living proof that there is hope for him.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the kthrough syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Goodbye.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no
Hello
respect.
again, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
Someone's poached my blanket. Oh, the cold will be my death.
Pretty sure I've killed her or anything.
You are going to reveal all.
I'm quite...
Thank you.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Still more coming.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Tell me about your...
Mo.
Goodbye for now.
I will not let you down, my...
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening.
Good...
Good evening.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute.
But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something I am incapable of.
Your son wished to die.
Rachel refused to acknowledge her son's suicide.
Hey, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen.
Jail. I mean, back then, but now.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs.
It's insanity ward these days, but I didn't know back then.
Coswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me?
Good. Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
How painful.
So...
Why did... Your mother won't let you down, Mortimer. Don't you share her hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything.
Check this real quick. That's good. I think they're... Where are they? Alright, here they are.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct.
Oh, I covered it up. That's very bad.
Concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Goodbye, Nurse.
Overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Alright, let's follow him again. Yay!
I cannot enter. It's locked.
This is what this area is for. Was this place? Alright. Obviously I'm gonna wait for him to do that again, so I might as well just I might as well do this other mission as well. It's against that enemy, the one I tried fighting and then died, so maybe I can beat it this time. Let's find out. That way when I come back I can finish 2 of the side quests and then begin the main one. Fucking loading. How do I get out from here? Might as well jog because for some reason I'm sprinting at this. The loading screen. Probably in a minute or less. Sprinting is the stupid reason. See, like that, right there. If I do it again, I don't know that's there, but I do it again, the loading screen.
Spotted! Watch out, boys!
This way. No. Alright, let's try the other way.
It ain't human! We have to stop it!
Ah, there you go, I thought I was gonna die. Dr. Strickland's list, ordered by Dr. Borio Strickland, Pembroke Hospital. List of substances and ingredients. Lacrima papavirus, medical opium, sodium hypochlorite, potassium permanganate.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Yeah, I'm going the right way. Damn you, loading!
Good evening, Doctor.
And good evening.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dose?
Secretly exposes his patients to an experimental
dosage. Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague. But only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
Anything else I can ask you?
Goodbye, Doc. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Alright, let's head back to the room and see what we can make. Okay. So what I'm doing, I bring 1 unit of sodium hypochlorite to your medical desk and 1 unit of potassium. This is we can upgrade this more now. No. Five blood absorption. Oh, nice. Decreases stamina consumption by 10%. Damn.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Bring the medicine to Dr. Florio or report Florio to Dr. Ackroyd. Well, I mean, as long as he it's like with medicine, it is dangerous. People do try to do what they can, like, you know, experimentation is how scientific research moves forward. Sorry about that. Damn it, I'm Right.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Good.
I'm gonna say I didn't expect that coming from it. I was like, well, it was like an actual medicine, not a placebo. I actually learned what a placebo was from the It movie, the new one that came out 2 years ago, I think it was. This is room. Yeah. You know, and the kids taking the pills with that.
It's locked. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Alright, let's just head back down and spy
Yes, Jonathan?
May I ask?
Please do.
I still don't trust her. Ah, fuck it, I'll start the main, see what the main mission is, and then because I want to know what the secret is before I talk to her.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Attend Mary's funeral. Now, I remember when the first gameplay trailer came out, I think. At least I think it was her funeral. I know Jonathan Reed was standing there, and then there was that lady, Ashburn, or is it Ashberry? I think it's Ashberry. And she was there, and then Jonathan talked to Reed.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Jonathan?
Words cannot describe the emptiness.
I'm here for you, Jonathan. If you ever need to talk.
How do you live with the guilt?
I can't answer that, Jonathan. But we have to accept our nature. Nothing good can come of fighting who we are.
Have you ever killed family?
I will not answer that. In time, perhaps.
Have you killed someone you've known?
Jonathan, have you forgotten what I do here? I need to meet the men and women I kill.
Could I ask you some delicate questions?
Ask, and I will answer if I choose.
There's so much I want to know. I mean, what? Where? Who?
Slow down, Jonathan. And please, not all questions should be answered.
Please tell me. Are you Lady Ashbury? Is that your real name?
Yes and no. I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood. Out of pure vanity, I cannot tell you when I was born.
Where? I mean, you don't live here.
I have a house in London, where I reside with my daughter.
A daughter? Is she,
No. Charlotte is a perfectly normal young lady. And if you must know, I adopted. Perhaps you'll meet her someday.
Tell me, why do you finance this hospital?
I kind of want to kill her.
I'm lucky to be in a privileged position to help those less fortunate. Kindness takes the edge off the years.
Don't want to do a bad playthrough.
If you'll forgive me, it seems a little hypocritical healing those that you may kill.
Jonathan, we are what we are. A paradox. Dead flesh with a lust
Like, I mean, I
for
understand,
life.
like, you're gonna heal them. If they can't
And
be
our
saved,
Dr.
then feed
Swansea,
them, but if you heal them,
he's
then feed
fine
them,
with this culling of patients.
I mean, I do that, but only if bad
Dr.
people.
Swansea is a man firmly rooted in the realities of the modern world. He understands what we're trying to achieve here.
I'll see you later.
I hope not. And where is this Dr. Tibbet?
We are.
Hey, buddy.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
Do you need any medical...
Yes, indeed.
I haven't even got.
Good.
I know it's observe him and I'll wait. Come on, buddy. Might as well heal her.
Good.
Do I have any?
Do you...
Yeah. No, I don't.
Good.
Yes, yes, here we go. Yeah. Ah, God damn it, buddy.
And lost at the same time.
Yeah, where was it at? Yeah. Here we go. What did I say? That's an event. New dialogue available. Unknown events has happened. now we wait. Ah. Right, so I can go through here. Oh, buddy, an animal day. Ah, okay. But now.
Good evening, Doctor. Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What's this updated? What's it? Cover Dr.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I don't know yet, like, I want to know what he's hiding first before I do anything. That's taking so goddamn long. Buddy, I'm waiting for you. Come on. Let's go. Goody.
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time?
Never get high on your own supply.
That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
Now let's confront him about it. Ah. Shit. Sorry about that. I have to get a new HDMI cord. But by the time this is uploaded, I'll probably have already gotten a new one anyway.
It's locked.
Doctor.
I know you're taking drugs, Corcoran. Why take such a risk?
I need it to endure the long shifts. We have no idea how long the epidemic will last. We can't let it win.
For God's sake, what are you thinking? How can you be so irresponsible?
Irresponsible? I am devoted to my work. I am doing this for all the patients who need our help. I cannot abandon them.
Goodbye, Doc.
Oh, yeah, no. As soon as I finish this mission, you're going down, buddy. Can't get high on your own supply. That's just bad.
Good. I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Do you need any med?
Yeah.
Can't really hurt him. Then,
good.
God damn it, lucky bastard. All right, now let's head up to the funeral now. Which way am I going? Ah, damn it, loading. So wait here patiently until, you know, for me to load episode. So yeah, after I do the funeral and see the priest thing, because I know that's gonna happen when they first showed the gameplay. Yeah, so once I do that, then I'll end the video there.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Where am I going? What are you still doing here?
Maybe I'll...
Goodbye.
Yeah, here we go.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
That must be the mother then.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Feelings, you know, like die from grief, you know.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
Got a lot of nerve coming here.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
A vampire, crying over the death of a loved one. It sounds like a bad joke.
No, Jonathan.
Oh, I thought you meant her trying not to joke.
She was your sister. And the pain of her death, the hunger that killed her, will stab at you for years. It's important to cry for those you love.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Oh, I'm not a religious man.
I'm not a religious man. You should know that.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her. This is you telling Mary how sorry you are.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Alright, once we do this, that'll be it for this video. Nah, damn you, loading. Whoops.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
What is that thing?
Not a safe place.
Oh shit, I think it's
right now, sir. Please, sir. I can't let you through. Look at it! Fix his bucket.
They see me.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
That's it? Oh, come on, loading.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Alright, let's what's happening.
I have this thirst for blood.
Crush the leech, boys!
remember you.
Ah, what the fuck?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
What?
You selected me, chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
The following night. Wait, that woman is level 27, that's Pippa Hawkins, isn't it? That's the one I have to fight at level 27 one. Oh shit. Can't believe it took me till now to realise. Alright, so I'm just going to end the video here. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Turtle Gamer John.